Hi everyone, welcome back to Have a Beer with Eric. Today we have review number 44, and this is a brewery that we don't find often down here in San Diego. Um, it's whenever they make it down here, it's kind of hard to find, and they usually have limits on their cans or their beer in general. And so this is Moonraker. They're out of, it said it over here, Auburn. So that's up in like the Bay Area. And so it says here, so it's brewed and canned at Moonraker. The address in Auburn. So this is a coconut IPA. I figured that instead of just doing like a regular like West Coast or hazy IPA, I would try a coconut IPA just to give it a little twist. So this one is called Amelia, obviously named after Amelia Earhart. So we have more information on this. It's 7% ABV, and it has a mosaic and citra hops and also lactose. So it should be kind of like I guess like a coconut milkshake IPA. This doesn't have a description, so and I believe this is like a regular beer at the brewery because the only post that I could find specific to this can was how they were like, oh, finally we're canning Amelia, so. And there was no more information about that, so I didn't want to just keep scrolling forever. And it has a canning date here. It's December 6th, so it's about almost 2 weeks old. So that's pretty good for having a beer from up in Auburn that rarely distributes here. It's pretty relatively fresh, and it has a description. It has like a little caption, but it's very hard to read. It's kind of like smudgy, so we'll just kind of forget about that. And yeah, let's just get straight to the beer. I think I've only had like one or two Moonraker beers before. Actually, maybe a couple more because they did have a tap takeover here recently. Now that I remember, and but cans, I think I've only had one. So I think I've only had like around 3 or 4 beers total. And they're a pretty well-known brewery. They're mostly known for their IPAs. I believe the Dojo and the Yojo are like their most well known, the most popular. And I think I've only had Dojo, and it was a pretty good IPA. So and I had one of their pastry stouts. It had like, I think it was like maple and coconut, and that one was pretty good as well. So here we have about a finger of head. It's pretty hazy. It's kind of hard to tell because of the design of this glass, but as you can see, it's pretty hazy. Wow, that's a really nice smell. It's very fruity, very tropical. It's a lot of coconut, but surprisingly, I get a lot of peaches out of it. Like it's like coconutty, peachy, mango. It just smells kind of like a fruit salad, like a tropical fruit salad. Kind of like makes me think like I'm in Hawaii or something. Just like drinking out of like a not a coconut but a pineapple. It's just like drinking like a smoothie out of a pineapple. That's what it reminds me of. Wow, that smells really good. All right, so I'm pretty excited now. So time to check it out. Cheers, guys. Mm. So this beer definitely follows a lot of the nose. You get a lot of mainly coconut and peaches. Um, a little bit of definitely the mango as well. I think it's just like a combination of those three fruits that dominate both the flavor and the nose, and it has a nice smooth creamy body. Um, Makes it definitely more like a milkshakey kind of hazy. And I think the lactose helps the hops make them more fruity, kind of like smoothie like instead of bitter. So definitely helps a lot. That's a really good beer. I'm so glad I stopped by this. I went to Bottlecraft and I got a couple of these cans. I bought a couple of what was it? I think it was just like a double IPA with like Galaxy and Citra hops. I think it's a Atomic Betty, and bottles for the public had sold out, but luckily they saved some bottles for the members, so I was able to buy a bottle, and I'm excited to see how that tastes like. The the cashier really recommended that beer for me, so I'm pretty excited to see how that comes out. But yeah, I don't think I've ever had a bad beer from Moonraker, even though I've only had like 3 or 4. But I've only heard good things about this brewery. Pretty highly recommended. Um, they make quite a buzz whenever they distribute down here. Like I think a few bottle shops got them this time around with these cans. It was like 3 different cans, and the bottle of the it's an Imperial Coffee Maple Stout, and everyone was just like advertising them a lot, and so that's mainly what caught my attention, and also just because I know of Moonraker and I like them, so. It's always fun to try out new stuff, new beers that you haven't tried, stuff that it's kind of hard to get or that you don't get often, and just gonna branch out, kind of like what I emphasized on last week with Modern Times is Blazing Road. You know, you try a beer that gets you to expand to other styles, expand to same styles but different methods, or like kind of like coffee IPAs or the hoppy ambers like Blazing World. You know, you try something different, just like something with a twist, and it like opens your eyes to like new beers. So it's pretty cool that breweries do that kind of stuff. And this pretty sure this is like a milkshake IPA. That's what I get the vibe of. But if not, either way, it's still a really good hazy. Especially now that a lot of hazies have been coming out to pretty much taste the same. That's why I wanted to do this coconut one. You know, definitely give it the twist that I had hoped. You know, give it a whole different angle. Focus on a specific fruit rather than just whatever you pick out of just from your mouth. Yeah, I'm loving how it tastes like peach too. Like, I love peaches, and like peach IPAs are like are sorry I'm saying like so much, but they're super uncommon. And I think the last peach IPA that I have was like Cobbler Craft from McKellar and Bottlecraft, and it was like a peach cobbler inspired hazy IPA. And I don't think I've had like a peach inspired or hazy IPA with peaches. So it's nice that I get to pick up the flavor of that fruit in this beer, and definitely adds to the tropical of it. And I do get some mango as well. I get like the fleshy, like you're eating a nice uh, ripe mango. It's like all smooth, and like you get all the little like kind of like the hairs of the pulp of the mango, and it's that's basically the type of mango that you get out of this beer. Yeah. And this was the last minute shop too. Like I was hesitating on leaving the freeway to get into North Park for Bottlecraft to get the cans, because there's always a lot of traffic at the time that I leave work. But I think buying these beers, the mixed 4 pack in the bottle, definitely made it worth it, especially if the other beers are as good as this one. So I'm pretty excited to try the other beers. And yeah, and beer related stuff. I didn't really advertise it on my beer Instagram, but I went on Sunday. I went to Ballast Point for their Victory at Sea Day, and I know Ballast Point's not actually craft anymore, but I like Victory at Sea, and I've always wanted to go to the Victory at Sea days, and I have a friend that goes every year, so I just decided to go with him and another friend, and we tried a whole bunch of different variants. I think they had around like 18 or 19, and we got to try around 15 because we each got like 5 tasters in a really nice goblet, and we all just got different flavors, so we were able to try around 15, and so that was pretty nice. The highlights for that were the rum barrel aged Victory at Sea, the salted caramel Victory at Sea, and the single malt barrel aged Victory at Sea. Those were definitely the best, and the salt caramel was definitely a surprise, but the smell was literally like smelling into like smelling a candy, like a salted caramel candy, and the taste was definitely a lot of caramel and salt, a lot of sweetness. It did not lack the flavor that other salted caramel beers lack. So it was definitely one of the highlights. So it was a pretty fun day. A lot of Victory at Sea drinking. So definitely recommend it for anybody that hasn't gone here in San Diego, or even like the Long Beach or other locations. You should definitely check it out some point. And the goblet that you get is really nice as well. So now to rate this beer, I think this beer is a solid 4.5. You get a lot of. I'm even debating doing it like a 4.75 because I'm really enjoying it, and it's a very smooth beer. It's not boozy. Just it's a single IPA, so not bad at all, and a very rich a body. A lot of flavor. So much fruit in this in the flavor, and I don't even know how much coconut they put in this, but the coconut flavor is awesome. So I think I might just go for a 4.75 because I'm just enjoying this really well, and it's very drinkable. So it's definitely a very solid beer. And if you guys see Moonraker around you guys, you should definitely go buy some cans or go try it on tap. It's worth it. So and I think with that, I'm pretty much just gonna wrap it up. So I'll see you guys next week. And I was gonna do a Christmas beer for. Well, I was hoping to do a Christmas beer for it this week, but and then I realized I had another beer that I wanted to do, but then this last minute purchase ended up making me do this beer because it's fresh. But I'll do the other beer for sure next week, and I'll keep it with like the holiday season style ish beers, and so that should. I'll probably film it around like Christmas or the day after Christmas, something like that. But until then, if you guys celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If not, then just Happy Holidays. See you guys. Cheers.